Hello and welcome to this slightly unpronounceable edition of Ferret's Verse, where today we're a fish with arms. The game is called Shutshimi, which I'm not going to say very often because that's going to be something that I constantly trip over all of the time. This game looks ridiculous, but I don't know if I'm going to like it. It feels like it's going to be one of those situations where it's like, it's memes, guys. It's memes. It's going to be funny, right? Yeah. Familiar with the way of the fish? I don't know. Sure. Where is... Why are they all going into this? I'm good, go! Jesus. Right, let's get this thing started. Boop. Cool. Wave 1. So I'm a fish with arms. This... So this is just a... This is a shmup. Okay. I don't... Sure, I don't know, whatever. This feels like either a handheld game that's been blown up graphically, or it feels like an old Mega Drive game from like the really, really early age of the Mega Drive. So obviously with my chronological challenge that I've been taking part in, having played through the Mega Drive collection. Why does it just keep stopping so much? Alright, rapid fire, whatever. Nice. That's better. Problem is, it is another shmup. Just like we had Dead Star and we had whatever the other one was. Right. Right. So this is a game that's kind of just tossing everything at me. Not really explaining itself very well. Like all those items and stuff that you get in the shop, they've got descriptions, but they're all really long and wacky. They're all like, oh yeah, it's so funny, we wrote this really long description that's got some silly stuff in it. But you've also got timers, so you're trying to read the thing. I don't know. Whatever. Water is now frictionless. I'm guessing that means you move faster? Oh no, it means you float. Oh good, we're back in Galaxy again. It's exactly what we love. Fantastic, good. And it also seems to just stop when things seem to get going, and that seems bizarre to me, that it's doing that all the time. Okay. Fishlets are here to help. Whoa, okay. You know, normally what shmups work off is the idea that you gain these power-ups in the game, which continues to progress. Ah, so the stuff isn't going to target me, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, normally this stuff would be in the game, in a shmup, normally. But in this one it just doesn't want to... It's like, oh, here's the shop in between every wave, and stuff never really gets going. Yeah. Right. What? Okay. It's also not helpful when the descriptions don't actually tell you anything about the game itself. Right. Right. Alright. Oh Jesus, what the hell is this? And also I noticed that whole horrible night to have a curse or whatever, which Castlevania I think it is. It's like, oh guess what? And I noticed the secret to everybody. It's like, alright. Right, so we're in a Let's Play. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, this seems to base its entire humour on... Oh god, enough talk, haven't you? Jesus Christ. I know I reference stuff all the time, but Christ, at least I know there's a point where you stop. There's a point where you just at least try and come up with your own original material. But this is just spouting stuff off. It's like Gex, but worse. What was that? Like again, I don't get enough time to really read the description, so I'm just like picking whatever at this point. And it keeps stopping and starting. Dot tumper. Oh, Jesus Christ. What? No. Ah. Now you have a shotgun. Why is it... I'd like to know why the gameplay is just in pieces and not like actually just letting me whiz through an area, you know, like normal, and unlock the power-ups as I progress, you know, just pick them up. What the hell? Way more enemies. Sure. Whatever you say. Accented characters unsupported, so we had to rename a school of fish. Right. Like, these descriptions don't tell me anything about what the items do. They're just like, oh, wacky jokes. And then the gameplay is just stop and start. What is this? I don't even know what's happening anymore. Right. I'm surprised I didn't put ho 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 on the end of that one. Which, by the way, is a reference I didn't make in the Broforce video, and I'm shocked at myself for that one. And the reason... here's the thing. You might think, oh, but why is Broforce okay? Why is that a thing? Why is that acceptable, but this isn't? Well, here's the thing. There's a big difference between what Broforce is doing, which is like, oh, we love all these sort of action movie cliche things, so we're just going to dump them all in the game. There's a sort of, there's a sense of love and care about all that, but what? Why? Oh, at least it hasn't inverted my controls, that's alright. Well, it probably has, but not in a way, you know what I mean. I'm just picking the first thing, because because I don't get time to read the descriptions properly, and even if I do, it just makes me go, oh, memes, sure, whatever. So, do you know what? I'm thinking of turning this into like a 15-minute one because, Jesus Christ. Right, this whole stop and start gameplay is just nonsense. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm achieving anything, it just feels like this. It's like, oh, okay. Cool. Right, next time I die, I'm probably gonna win this. And I'm gonna go on a tirade, I think, because, right. Oh no. Really? What is this? Whatever. Again, like I said, I'm just picking whatever is first. Whatever the cursor lands on. Now you have every weapon. Right. Sure. Jesus Christ. I know I keep saying that a lot, but it's just like, it's like, oh, senpai won't notice you. Oh, that's funny because it's a thing people say on the internet, right? Yeah? Whatever. Right. Right. That doesn't benefit me at all. Right. This is... What is the point of this game? What is this actually... Who is this for? Who asked for this game? This thing of a game. What? Ready to overstay your welcome. Does this mean I get to play for longer than like a second? That'd be nice. There we go. Mm-hmm. Some of these things that you get from the shop aren't even like upgrades or anything, they're just things. Like, why am I wearing a police hat now? Oh, is it because it's wacky? Jesus. Right, we're done. We're done here. Bye. Right. So this game... This is probably the worst one I've played so far. What we have here is a game that's basically just spouting off memes. Like I got across the idea of like, what is the difference between this and Broforce? Because Broforce, of course, is just full of references as well, but that's more out of love. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know, I'm really into all these old 80s, 90s things and sort of action movies, and I have a genuine fondness for them, and I'm going to bring out what made them great into a game. And there's this sense of like everything's nice and celebratory of it. This is just, let's make a game that's funny. Let's make a shoot 'em up that's like really, really funny. But of course not realising that Parodius already exists. And I've not played Parodius, but from all accounts it actually knows what it's doing a lot better than this one does. Because Christ, everything is just, hey, this thing on the internet, right? Yeah? Well, we're referencing it, laugh. It's Gex. It's Gex the shmup. It's like, it's like, none of these things are jokes. It's like, oh, it's a secret to everybody, and it doesn't actually tell you what the item. It's like every time you select something, you get an item. But the descriptions are more concerned with making really stupid meme jokes than they are about actually explaining what you're doing. And then the gameplay is so badly put together. Like it runs smoothly. Don't get me wrong. The controls are fine, but what the problem is you're playing for like a second, and then it throws you out again, and then you play for another second, and it throws you out again, and you go look at more silly memes, and then suddenly you're wearing a police hat, and none of the right, you can't read the descriptions fast enough before the timer runs out. Even if you can, the descriptions don't really help, and there's that. Some of the things just cause negative problems, like why is the screen upside down now? Why are my controls inverted? Why is everything just flashing colours at me? That's going to set off epileptics. Sorry to bring, you know, sort of that sort of stuff into it, but it is an accessibility concern. You know, oh, maybe don't pick the thing that could potentially cause an epileptic fit in some people, but we're not going to warn you about that under any circumstances. That's a concern. What's under extras? I'm curious now. Oh, they've even highlighted wacky adventures. Wow. Wow. We're done here.